I'm on my way to meet the others to ride, but look at these lambs! Hello! Oh. Sorry, I'm late. I was looking at some lambs.
Always on time. Train.
Always. Right, proper good morning now. But look at the wind up in my jacket. It makes my shoulders look like I'm like a bodybuilder. Anyway, today I'm going to give you some tips on climbing, because I got a memory pop up on Facebook saying actually it was when my first ever climbed Norton Summit was exactly 9 years ago. So, and that 5k climb took me 2 hours. It was a long time, and I've just stuck at climbing all those years. I was never naturally really good at climbing, but I've learned a few things over the years, so I thought I would share them with you today. Matt, look at the sign!
Oh, the board here. Chef kiss.
Woohoo!
Feel better now that I'm back in the cold. White rose and all that.
How much time have we got today?
Should be just around 2,000 metres of climbing, I think.
You know, like 90k? Ah, we're climbing.
Down here.
Sticking to your own pace. And like I said, like, I love group rides where you kind of all chase and stuff, but I do that now because I kind of know what my limit is, and if you're always trying to keep up with somebody else, you're gonna blow up a lot quicker. So just take some time, figure out your own pace on climbs. See Steve's pace, he's dropping me today. Hello. Next tip, look at Steve over there. Hi Stevie. So the next tip is gearing, and just get gearing for the hills that you want to ride. So if it's really steep hills, you just get lower gearing. I don't think there's anything wrong. I think there's this thing within the industry of like, you've got to like always push a hard gear up climbs, and I'm like, save your knees. So my favourite like gear set for climbing is GRX, because they offer a 4630 chain rings at the front. You can put like a 34 at the back, so you're going to get like a really low gearing to practically get up any climb. So I just really love that gearing. So we're just waiting for the others, not because not for me anyway, not because I'm faster today, but Matt came up this like really steep bit. He said he was in the bloody big ring and his chain came off. Actually, you do it, you get some extra meters in, tie your legs out, because so with me today, pooped. Stevie's gone back down to see if they're all right. Other thing that I will say about climbing is that you just need to fuel way more, because you're just putting out way more energy. So keep on top of your food. So I always bring a bag of dates, electrolytes. I've actually got a little bit of sugar in here today. I'm sorry if this video is bad today. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just feel all over the shop. I love dates. Like, look at that. It is so good. I know people say, oh, I don't like dates. Try the best ones that I can get. They're from Sainsbury's and they're in a box. I think they're like $5.50, I think, for like 500 grams. And when you pick them, get the ones that, I'm so good at picking good dates, the ones that look really like dark black, and they look really like juicy, because they are just unbelievable. And they're really good for potassium and magnesium. So if you're sweating out a lot, then it's just good for replacing that as well. So dates are just so good. Also, climbing related, I've got a very, very, very exciting but a little bit scary, I would say, event. It's actually a race coming up pretty soon. So I'm so excited. I'm not going to tell you yet because I'm going to keep it a surprise. But it's something that I said that I would never do. I said that I would never do it again, and I'm going to go and do it again. So got to get my legs training up for some very, very, very hilly riding. God, what's going on with them? They have been a while actually. I might go back down. Freaking cold as well today. Like, I know the other day we came out and I was like, oh my God, the sunshine, it's spring. It's actually spring now, and it is so cold. My feet are frozen. Like, so, I can't even tell you how cold I am. So get on some hills. They're coming down now. Oh, Hang on, where's Matt?
Lost the chain bolt.
Snapped
one. Chipped 2 teeth on his little ring. So he's walking up. I don't know. Try. You could probably ride some of the hills.
He can't use his.
But try and get to like the cafe stop or something.
Here guys, listen, don't let me spoil your ride, but what's happened is one of the teeth on the inner ring, I lost an inner ring screw, so it's wobbly, and one of the teeth is damaged, so it's kicking off the chain.
Okay.
Every time I try and put any pressure on. I'll head back to Littleborough because I can keep it in the big ring.
Any of the climbs on the other ring, we can wait. I'm not particularly...
No, honestly, this is nothing that we've just gone up in comparison.
You said this was... you said this was the steepest climb, was it not?
Turn round as well.
The other one that's a bit steeper.
I'll come with you, Matt.
And that's really steep. And then it's steep all the way up to the highest village in West Yorkshire called Queensbury.
Oh, he's not
Alright. I've just seen Paddy, I came down.
and look at this Paddy in freaking shorts. It's freezing.
It's beautiful weather.
It's
Beautiful
not,
British weather.
Let me know when you're at the cafe. It's near Quick Fit in Brighouse called Mammal.
We're not far.
I don't think so. I think it's way out of his way. I'm ready for the cafe, to be honest. I really want, and I hope we've got it, beans on toast. I am pretty hungry. Look at that! Like, how good was that, like, direction? Thanks, Matt. God, that's so steamy. God, look that's how cold it was, and that's how warm it is now. Do you know, I was on the hunt for some really good winter gloves. Paddy has found these ones, and I'm gonna 100% buy these.
Very
Look
technical.
At this.
So we got...
Hey!
Oh, nice.
Thumbs up. Well, where are they from? Decathlon, aren't they?
Yeah, Decathlon.
How much?
About 25 quid.
And you're just saying...
I've got really bad circulation and I've not once got cold hands in these. And you can regulate your temperature really well.
Yeah, with my mum. And do you know what they'd be good for? Because I sometimes can't touch my... You know, on my phone when I listen to my music.
Yeah.
I can get my... This is mega, because you can, like, look, their bikes are out there. No. My bike's... Mine's beautiful inside. I can't leave it. They've got beans on toast, so I want beans on toast.
Do you click or whistle?
As if you got your foot on the bar. Where are your shoes?
His shoes now.
We took our shoes off because it's trying to let our feet warm up. But yeah, we're just wandering around. God, look how red my face is, honestly. It's like windburn out there. It's so cold today. How nice is this cafe? I am. Matt, we're really sorry that you were not here, but thank you for like giving us the heads up on a good cafe. And Stevie, I bet you wish you'd taken your shoes off before you stood on your glasses. So Stevie was like, he stamped his cycling shoe on his glasses. I don't know. You picked him up and the arm was like, show us. Have you mended it? Oh, well, I'm glad for you, but it's not as funny. Okay, let's have a look at you. Go on. Hang on, show me. You really did.
The lens has come out.
I just want to. How excited for your food? Oh my god, I can't wait. I actually cannot wait to eat this. Let's go. Oh, we have been in there, I want to say an hour. We've been in there a long time. I actually had beans on toast, but I had ×2. Because I was just so hungry, I was like, I'm gonna have another one. Also the quad lock, just so that I can have my phone on my handlebars. So that's the quad lock, that's the actual case, so that just fits into there. And they also have loads of different accessories. So I've also got one that I use for when I'm running. So it's got like you put it on your arm and your phone clips onto that. And I've also got one in my van, so I can put my phone on there. Again, to like listen to music, follow directions and stuff. And then the other one that I have is, it's like an out front mount that I have on my bike on my turbo trainer. So that I can just put my phone and have the companion app for Zwift when I'm on Zwift. rock so much. I probably sound really simple, but I don't care because I love it. Are you ready? Whoa, look at that rock! Good, eh? Look at that view down there. Oh my God, look at it! Right, next tip is find one climb that's really local to you that you can't have any excuses to get to it, and just rep that hill. Like, go out a couple of times a week. I always did it on Dovestones, which is in Saddleworth, and just try to get a faster time like every single time I went to it. However, before I found Dovestones, that was before I was on Strava, and before I was very adventurous at all. When I moved to Manchester, I lived in Oldham, and I used to just basically come out of my house, and there's just like this climb here. That's Huddersfield Road. I don't know what this road is. Anyway, so it's like, I think it's Ripponden Road actually. So from there, sorry, the battery keeps going off on this because it's so cold. But yeah, I used to basically come up and down Ripponden Road, like, which was from like Oldham all the way up to the motorway, and I just did that because that was the only hill that this thing keeps cutting out because it's so cold. So basically, yeah, in a nutshell, find a hill, rep it and get quicker up it. Just take your times up it. Look, I was so hungry. I think that was what was wrong with me. Well, give us a little hug. Thanks, Matt.
It's alright, spicy chili.
Back. I've just got back and the GoPro kept cutting out, so I couldn't film and enter the video when I was out, so that's why I'm back now. But I want to get a shower and just warm up really quickly. So last couple of tips. The main tip that I would give you is if you want to get better at hills, just ride them. So when I first started riding and started riding hills, which is pretty much when I started riding, I was like 100 kilos. So I was not quick up climbs. I found them really hard, but I absolutely loved climbing. And I think it was like the achievement that I got from like being able to actually know that I'd got up a climb of like a set distance. And then also just the views that you get. You always get way better views on climbs than just riding flat. And I think that's why I still love climbs. And if I was ever out on a group ride, this is the other thing as well, like I would always be at the back, always, without fail. Everyone always had to wait for me. And I didn't really care because I just loved climbing. Even though I found it really hard, I just got a lot of satisfaction out of it. So I think the main thing is, if you want to get good at hills, you just got to ride them. And then the other thing, and this was at the time as well, even when I found them really hard, and I still find climbing like specific climbs like really hard, I just tell myself that I love them, because I do actually love them. And I think that was the thing. So when I found them hard, I'd be like, yeah, but I love riding climbs. Like I love climbs. I love climbing. It's going to get me really fit. And you just have to tell you that, because if you're on climbs telling yourself that you hate them, you're just not going to like them. So just keep that positive mindset. And then the other thing, and I can't believe I've done this today. I feel like a bit of an idiot, especially after the last video saying this. I didn't eat breakfast. And I was like, I never ever not have something to eat before I go. And I was like, oh, I'll be fine. I'll just eat some dates on the way. I didn't eat dates on the way. And I don't want to say it because I'm so embarrassed, because I was like, you just got to eat. Make sure you're eating lots. I didn't. And I pretty much bonked on one of the climbs. And I was like, if one of my friends or someone that I'd known had driven past at that point on that one climb, I started like, you just like, it's pathetic to say this, but I just started like, not crying, but just like, do you know when you're like grizzly and you're just like, oh, do you like, basically like a toddler. I was like that, and the other guys had gone up ahead, and I was like, oh, if someone had driven past me in a car, I'd have been like, take me home. I don't think, and I looked, we'd ridden for 2 hours, and I think the whole thing took maybe 5.5. And in my head, I was like, I've not got another couple of hours in me. Like, I need to go home. Anyway, when we got to the cafe stop, I didn't show you the second one. I had 2 lots of those beans on toast. I had 1 lot, and I was like, I could eat another one. And they were like, just get one. I was like, I'm going to do it. I had that second one, and I was like, I feel ready to climb. So fueling is so important. Even coming from me that's been riding for 9 years, I've still messed it up today. So, and honestly, that route, very, very good. I'd love to do it again in like a really warm summer's day. So I'll leave that link to Strava below. Actually, I was going to say, and I will add this on because it is so important. I didn't mention it in the pacing section. Climb Pro on Garmin's. I'll leave a little clip, like little photo up of what it looks like. That is hands down the best thing ever for pacing. So I think I mentioned it. I'll put a link to that video below. It is phenomenal. I am sponsored by Garmin, but that thing, just that one thing alone, I think, is worth getting a Garmin for. It is just the best thing Garmin have ever released. I love it that much. I'm the biggest advocate for it because when I've mentioned before about like knowing where all the climbs were, I used to look at a route and I would hand write where all the climbs were, how long they were and what gradient they were. I would take a photo of that on a long ride and I would pull it up during the ride to figure out where the climbs were. And that the Climb Pro, it is all in the head unit. It tells you where they're coming up, it grades how steep it is, it tells you when you are on the climb, how long there's left, how many meters are left. It is the best pacing tool there is. It is fantastic. I should have mentioned that earlier on, but honestly, I was flagging. You could probably tell at the start, I was absolutely just pooped from the off because I'd not eaten. So learn from me, learn from my mistakes. So, right, I'm going. All right, see you next video.